didn't connect to the Wi-Fi.
Hey guys, Joseph here with Systematic Home Staging. I know this is our second time tuning in today, but I am so excited because we have Sherry Aldridge with Staged Above from, where are you located?
I'm in Maryland.
Maryland,
And it's cold in Maryland. So I'm happy to be in Florida.
Yes, no, it's going to be raining. It's raining now, and then tomorrow it's going to be very, very cold, so it's going to feel like you're back in Maryland.
Yeah. And if anybody is watching on mine and wants to head over to Systematic Home Staging later and give Joseph here a like, that would be awesome.
Yes. And same with my people. If you're ever, if you are tuning in from my page, give Sherry a like with her company with Staged Above. So,
and it looks like I have a low internet connection, so I'm going to share his feed later because he's got a better connection. So if you can't catch all this, I'll reshare.
Oh, well, it's recording, so it should.
Okay.
Maybe I'll just post it as like a live.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So hopefully people will start tuning in and we can just
perfect
kind of go back
and
forth.
Back and forth, popcorn back and forth.
So I keep doing this because I was telling Joseph I feel like my hair is this big because I'm not used to all this humidity.
Mm-hmm.
And even though in November, like, you're still in Orlando and it's so humid here, so
and that's the same thing with me. It's like I just kind of wake up in the morning, put a hat on, and come to work. So most of the time you don't see any hair.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I was just saying I wish I had my Staged Above hat so I could just put my hat on.
Yeah, and now you have to worry about anything.
Not be worried about it. So, yeah, Joseph here, for my people watching, he looks about to be like my kids' ages, as you guys know. So he won the Maverick Award last year at HSRA, which is actually where I first met him in person. Joseph and I have been friends online for, 2 years maybe? Maybe not that long.
Yeah, maybe a little bit less because, we're hitting our 2 years in the 28th, so probably a little less.
Yeah, so we met in Dallas last year officially, and it was really cool because Joseph was actually still in high school when he started this company, which I think is awesome, and kind of, I didn't necessarily want to even talk everything about staging tonight, but just kind of that business mindset, and this is somebody who's doing it, you guys. Like, I have 4 kids, and some are still in high school, some not, but he started a business while he was in high school. What got you started in that? Like, what's your background? What do your parents do?
My dad, he owns his own business, and he's a dentist, so he kind of has that business mindset himself. And so that's kind of like what I've always seen as to, like, work hard and see you'll always be rewarded for if you work hard. So my mom's a huge business mindset person as well. She's the one that kind of ran my dad's business, helped him get started and stuff like that. So just seeing them work back and forth together, like, as a pair, it really showed me, like, hey, like, if you work hard and you put your mind to it, it's possible. So before that, when I was 10 years old, I actually had a pet sitting business. I don't know if you know this.
I didn't.
So I had a pet sitting business when I was 10 years old, and I was just doing, like, local, like, dog walking here and there. I ordered business cards from Vistaprint. $35, and that's one of the last podcasts that I talked about of, like, business strategies that may be on a budget. So that's how I first started out, and then I was working that until I was like 15, 16. Then I got rid of that company, put that money towards my staging company that I have now.
Pet sitting to staging, how did you get there?
So yeah, my parents used to do investment properties, and that's from pet sitting to staging. It's like, what the heck? How did this even happen?
Yeah.
So my parents used to do investment properties, and I would literally, like, pull, like, stuff from my house, or camping, or sleeping, but even though it looked so bad, I would put, like, just sheets out on the ground, or, like, a bed skirt on the ground, just so it looked like a bed could fit there. Literally, I would put, like, lamps on the side with, like, no lampshades. I don't know what I was doing, but people would always come back and say, hey, like, I can actually know that a king bed fit in there. Right. Or I would take wine glasses from my mom's china hutch and get yelled at for it, but they were in her property making her money. So
what made you do that, though? Because I knew some of that, but I didn't know that exact story. So were your parents asking for a stager?
No, I mean, how it all started is, like, my parents got, like, a free, like, this person moved into a house, they got furniture, and we're like, oh, we can just put this in here. And I've always had that creative mindset. Yeah, and, like, with staging, it's either you have it or you don't. You can't teach it, you know. Obviously, there's continuing education for it, but you can't really, like, teach, hey, put this here. Yeah, this color looks great. So that's kind of, like, how I, like, initially got started. I brought my pillows, and I used to rearrange my room every week, and new paint colors and everything. Yeah, when I was younger, and I was like, I want a sofa here. I want black walls. I want silver walls and blue. Then it was a mess. And then abstract walls, and it was crazy. So that's kind of, I've always had that mindset as to, like, staging or design or anything like that. It's, like, always
house related.
Yeah, exactly.
Furniture kind of thing. Okay.
Exactly. So it's not just one thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I stayed home with my kids for 12 years before I started mine, but so not pet sitting, child watching,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
Exactly.
But then I transitioned over into something, and we moved a lot because my dad was military, so we moved a lot, and it was just that, like, constantly seeing my parents get the house ready.
Yep, and just
so
seeing like what they did and then packing it up and doing. That's what we do every day.
And I mean, for me, I feel like you definitely have more of an eye for this. I don't call myself a designer because that's really different than what we do. But
totally different.
I wouldn't even say that's my niche, but people do ask us for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they do ask us that too, and I'm like, that's a whole other division that we have.
Is.
I don't take care of any of that just because staging and design is two totally different things, and we had a whole topic about that 2 weeks ago. People get that confused sometimes. Like, we have someone called in and was like, oh, I moved into a house and I want it staged. And I'm like, hold up. That's design. This is what design is. This is what staging is. Because a lot of people are like, oh, I want you to stage my house for family or the holidays, where it's like, we can do that. But, obviously, I mean, there's different market niches for it as well. So, yeah.
Okay. So, how many employees do you have now?
Right now, we have 9. 9 employees that work with us, yeah.
I don't think I knew that either.
Yeah, 9.
Wow. I think when I met you in Dallas last year, you only had maybe like a few part-time
that were my
people,
friends,
like,
that were my friends, that were like 1099, but now we're fully staffed from our logistics. We have in-house logistics to our photographers, to our designers, to our stagers, to myself, to our office, to everyone. It's fully in-house, which gives it a much better feel as well from my perspective of not having to make that last-minute phone call and say, hey, we have a closing tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Well, let me make sure I can get with our moving team. I mean, like, outsourcing it. So that's one of the biggest things, I think, is just having a fully in-house company with us. It makes things so much easier and so much streamlined, so we have full control over who we're putting out in the field.
Yeah.
So, and that's what me and you've been talking about as well. It's just, like, the difference between in-house and outsource and the perks and the pros and cons of it as well.
Yeah, Joseph has surpassed us at Sage Above, and they have movers. We're still a team of girls, but that is my next step. As I've been talking to him about, is how do I hire that, and what does that job description look like? So that's definitely a big step that I know my team is ready for.
Yes, I used to move the furniture myself with my girls, my stagers. Yeah, and it's just like not anymore because I fractured my back when I was younger. I used to do gymnastics, so I fractured 2 lower discs and stuff. So me moving furniture every day, and now we're getting into the luxury market, moving that stuff. Whew. No, not me. Not what I'm a glorified mover sometimes, but not what I see myself doing for my life.
No. So what's your favorite part of what you do? Like, what's your why, I guess? And
I think, like, the why I love doing what I do is to make that one-on-one connection with clients, and that's the main thing that I love doing is just going out there, meeting people, like, even if it's, just sitting down and talking about their problems in life. Like, being a stager, I have some clients that tell me about their marriage problems, everything, like that their dog was in the hospital and I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, we're more than just your stagers. I mean, like, we're part of your family, and that's the thing I like is just building out one-on-one with your clients as well, and not just being known as the staging company, being known as the staging company that cares about us, cares about our feelings, the way we care about each other, because that's what people know, like, that's what people refer us to as, like, hey, they're stagers, but they're more than that, and that's the main thing that when I broke into the industry is always giving back, always helping the community and one-upping how you left it. So that's the main thing I like is just giving back and helping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys do a really good job of that. I'm seeing that
Thank
more
you.
and more on your, and you have a podcast now.
Yes, we do have a podcast. Would you like to talk
about that?
So yeah, we actually have a podcast series, and I'll put the link below as well, and I'll send it to you to put in your video. Okay. So we actually doing podcasting. So it's a huge market niche for podcasting just to get your voice out to people, and especially with like the younger generation now, like people don't know if it's possible. People don't know, school is definitely the only option I have. Or with me, I kind of branched out, broke the norm, broke my school statistics, one of the only 2 people that didn't go to college or something like that. So breaking the norm, breaking out there and just showing everyone the business basics of being 16 years old or being in high school, opening up a tutoring company, getting things like that. So just the basics of business and outsourcing that to more of just real estate, bringing that more of just a wide range business as to what to ask yourself before opening up a business, just different questions that you may have, how to answer phone calls. So more than just your real estate, pushing it out there to why staging, why should you use staging, why systematic. We're making it more, exactly. People will get bored of telling people how great we are. So exactly, it's just like, systematic's great. It's like, thank you, I appreciate it, but I want to bring that more as to a community, bringing people in. So we have guests coming in every Monday at 12:15, 12:30 to be on our podcast, which bringing that community inward, showing them the office, showing them what we have to put into your listings is such a huge thing. And that's the main thing, like I was saying, bringing the community together and bringing our systematic family, which is our clients, into our warehouse to see how we work and how we're different.
So what does your family think about this? Like, did they think when you wanted to do this that you were crazy, that it was never going to work?
No.
Were they, like, blown away, or are they not
Yes,
surprised?
they're all blown away. I will have to say that. So my family has always been supportive as to do what you want. Just try it out. You never know unless you try. So I've always had that, like, support behind me as to anything I did. My brothers played baseball, and I was like, I don't like baseball. I tried it out. They're like, just try it. You never know. So I tried it out. I guess I was a good baseball player, but I hated the uniforms. Hated the tight socks, just everything about baseball.
You mean
I
you
hated.
Didn't like sticking to the mold and
No.
being, like sitting in a box and
Nope.
doing what everybody
Absolutely
told
not.
you?
I was totally different than my brothers. Like, my brothers go out and fish and all kinds of outdoor stuff. I'm more of like, I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna go like be good, like just clean. I like being clean. I don't like being gross and stuff like that.
You have to face challenges. We do.
No.
When you go into houses.
Oh no,
you're
there's
not
some
always
houses
clean,
where
so-
it's like, oh god,
So
like I wish I wore my like nice, not my
Yeah.
nice outfit today. So
What do you do in those cases? Because we often struggle with that when sometimes we do go in and the house isn't quite ready. It's like, do we start cleaning it? Do we not? Do we call and reschedule?
So what we do is like we kind of do it a little bit different. If like we do go into some houses where there's no AC and it's like just
And it's hot
champ
there.
it out, do it because like we don't want to come back. You know what I
Yep,
mean? So
yep.
honestly, it really depends. Like we have a lot of stuff in our contract that says like no people allowed in the property. We do
Yeah.
not ask for contractors. So when we get there, we just use the lockbox. We're in and out of that property within an hour to an hour and a half, and not having to work around the cleaning crew or work around construction people or stuff like that. Because we had one property the one that really struck out to me, and I was like, I'm putting this in my contract right when I get home.
Yeah, the
We
contract's
walked.
just
Yeah,
getting
it's just
bigger.
it's getting bigger and bigger every day. And one of the properties that we were in, I guess they painted, and there was like the overspray on the floor. They literally had puddles all over, and they were scraping it. And I was like, we're just leaving. I said to the guy, I was like, we need to go. Like, we'll come back once you're done, because it's just like I'm not gonna put my rugs on a
Right.
damp floor that's gonna grow mildew on it when there's no
Yeah.
AC. So it's just things like that. It's kind of like you got to pick and choose your battles as to.
Yeah.
Can you just work through it and tell your girls, hey, we're going to go to Starbucks after? Or can you just be like, well, we have to come back another day? Just because putting your team in a situation like that, I never want my girls to feel like they come to work and I put them in a situation where they don't feel safe or if they don't feel enjoyable. Right. So that's the main thing.
How do you keep your employees, your team, because I don't even like to call mine employees, I call them my team.
Yeah, your team.
Like, how do you keep them motivated and pumped up? And, you know, would you say they like working for you, and why?
So I think, but you know, it's totally different.
Obviously,
I think
cool,
everyone
right?
loves working with me. I'm
Obviously.
Joseph Sipp, Sharon Aldridge, who doesn't want to work with us. But
they're probably
they're probably commenting and be
girls.
like, I hate working here. But what we do is like we do a 30-day follow-up. So every 30 days we kind of do a follow-up with our employees and just say, hey, what do you like here? What makes it a good day? What makes it a bad day here? So it's kind of, well, we do the first 30 days and then we do it to a 90-day. And then once you hit your 90-day, then we do it to, I think, 6 months, 8 months, and then a year. And then we set your goals too. So all of our employees have goals as to what they want to see themselves in a year or see where they want to be within 2 years of the company. So, and that's a good thing that I would suggest, and like we'll put this in our podcast as well, like the different things of building a winning team, because it's just so true. If you don't have a team behind you, they don't